Hello and welcome to the automotiveflux channel. So today we are going to skip over the Jimahanka and the DC compound, and we're going to do these three here, I think. Actually, I have to look at the time quickly. 55, okay. So remember that, don't forget it. Let's go with... yeah, we'll go with Mobile 1 again. This game's been getting more difficult, and we've been not using the OP cars. And I think that might be why. So I've decided let's just go ahead and use this one. Do I really need to explain that? Alright, so today is a day like any other. It's just a Wednesday when we'll be playing this game as we currently are. Things to note though, and I mentioned this before and I'll mention this again as long as it continues to be like this. Lightworks continues to not work for me. I am going to try again with it only once today, and if it does not do what I want it to do and it continues to misplace files, then I will just go back to Movie Maker until I can find something else. But Lightworks was working so well before, and now it's not, and that sucks tremendously. I really don't like that. I wish that it could be working a lot better than it is. I think it would be fine with short videos, but the problem is, and I had this problem with larger edits on Movie Maker. It's misplacing source files and just making those, like, it'll come up with an error, like it can't render them, which is incredibly frustrating. But anyway, so today's video is called Gears of War, and that is because, as with most of these past few videos, I have been talking about games that I've just started to play or am currently playing, and they're kind of just on the backlog. And so this week I decided to go to a local used games shop around here, and they just happen to have a bit of a sale going on. I think they do this all the time, but I took advantage of it regardless. But Xbox 360 games were on for $5, but if you buy one, you get one that is either $5 or less for free. So it's basically half price if you get something for $5, and then it just kind of goes down from there. You just get somewhere around 50% off or less than that. So I went ahead and I was looking through the games, and I made a list for myself of games that I want specifically out of the list, or out of their catalog, I guess. And I was looking for Forza Horizon, Forza 4, because I've always wanted that game, and I was looking for Lollipop Chainsaw, which is a game I never got to play, but you should look it up if you haven't seen it. And you might see why I want to play it. I guess it'd be a bit of a... like, it's definitely... yeah, I won't mention anything about it, just look it up. But it's a game that I want to play, and they didn't have any of those games. I was also looking for the Project Gotham Racing games. I have 2 for the Xbox, but I wanted to get 3 or 4. They did have both of them, but I decided against it, just for now. Because I don't really have time to play them. Basically, though, eventually I will complete my Project Gotham Racing series. I'll get 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then whenever if they ever come out with a new one, then eventually I'll get that as well. But yeah, I currently just have 2. But I decided to start on something new because of a game that I spotted in the far right corner of the shelf that they had. Whoa. That was really bad. I went up to scratch my nose, and that's also my steering hand, so we were just flying off into a snowbank there. Anyway. As long as we win, it doesn't really matter. So, what was I saying? So, I noticed something in the corner. It was the far right corner. I just happened to find a collector's edition of Gears of War 2. Now, the collector's edition that I have is the steelbook and art book case with the game. And just like the base game, it was only $5, so it was either you pay $5 to get the base game, or you pay $5 to get the limited collector's edition version, which comes with an extra disc and an art book. And yeah, so I went with the collector's edition, as you might imagine, and that was that. Just to clarify, it's the Gears of War 2 art book and steelbook. It's the French version though. So, I mean, I guess that might be why it was only $5, but if you understand French, then it doesn't matter, which is the case for me. The game itself is in English, but all the text is French. But I also got, because like I said, you can buy one game and you get a second one free. Gears of War 3 was only $5, so I picked that up as well, and I got both of them for $5. Therefore, I only paid $2.50 for each of them, which is a pretty excellent deal. Let's be real. $2.50 for Gears of War 2 and $2.50 for Gears of War 3. So I played a little bit of 2 with my brother. We did co-op. The frame rate is horrendous, but we had a good time with it. It's a lot of fun. Just as much fun as I remember. Now, I do have a bit of a history with Gears of War. I mean, it's not a very interesting history, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. Basically, I had a friend back in elementary school, probably grade 7 and 8, somewhere around there. And he was a bit of an Xbox fanatic, and he had an Xbox 360 Elite, if you remember those, so he was like the cool kid in that way. And anytime I would hang out with him, we'd just go over to his house and play games. So we'd play like we'd play Modern Warfare 2, we'd play Modern Warfare as well, back before 2 came out. We also played a lot of Black Ops when that came out, World at War as well. But when it came to 2-player games, because those games are 2 players, but they aren't really... I don't think any of them have cooperative campaigns. But anyway, we played Gears of War 2. We used to do the Horde mode specifically to try and get a little bit farther in the game for him. I'd like to get some points and whatever. I haven't played Horde mode since. Oh my goodness, this is so crap. I've run out of flashbacks because this is an endurance race basically, and now I'm actually gonna have to try to keep the lead. Well, this is not a good situation. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so I played Gears of War with him. I wasn't allowed to play that kind of game, and I never had an Xbox. Well, I didn't get one until much later. At least a 360, so... It took quite a long time for me to get used to playing a shooter and on a controller, and even to this day, I can barely play shooters on controllers. I really only use controllers for racing games and like Assassin's Creed style games, such as Shadow of Mordor or well, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs even, GTA 5. Goodness. Today I don't even know what's going on. My racing is absolutely horrible. I'm not doing anywhere near as good as I should be. But anyway, if that's what you came here for, then I'm sorry. And if you came here for commentary, then I'm sorry as well, because, wow, it's bad today. I'm having a hard time focusing on anything. But let's try and redeem it. Let's redeem ourselves here. Oh no, did we just... I think we just gave up first. Now we're 6th. Oh my goodness. We're almost at the end. Is this the finish line right there? Wow, that was... Oh, that was so bad. 8 minutes. We're doing it again. We're doing it again. I'm sorry. I really messed that up. This hasn't been going so good, it seems. Don't worry about it, though. We got this. We can do better than 6th. Leading the entire race only to drop back into 6th. We're gonna do another 8 laps of this track and hopefully we can come out on top this time. Should be 8 faster laps though. Less flashbacks, less mistakes. As I say that, we make a significant mistake. The AI were like right on me that whole time. So anyway, I'll talk about Gears of War 2 now a little bit more, as it is the topic of this video, or it's supposed to be. I'm trying to use these topics to guide my thoughts, and so that it's a little more cohesive, but it doesn't seem to work too well because I get off track very quickly, and sometimes literally. I need to take that corner better. I'm getting a good drift score, but that's not what this is about. We're actually falling to the leader due to our poor handling back here. We can come up this like really aggressively and then dive around this corner. Ooh, that's not gonna work. Okay, we're gonna have to flash that back. Oh goodness. Alright, let's try that again. We can do better. That was not as good as I could have done, but it was a lot better than what I had done. And continuing forward. Alright, so the game, as I played it the other night, just for about an hour, actually we spent about 2 hours in it. So 1 hour is not true, but we're gonna have to bully the AI a little bit here to take our lead back. Yeah, so about 2 hours of gameplay, co-op gameplay, so it was only half the... I could only see half the screen. But it's not a spectacular looking game. For the 360 it looks okay. I'm sure that 3 is a little bit better, and I'm looking forward to trying out 3, but I'm going to try and finish the campaign on 2 before I start 3, just because I have both games, I may as well. I'm skipping 1. I have no particular reason for that, other than it was $8, so I decided not to buy it and just get 2 and 3 instead. But the graphics are not particularly good, even for 360. It's really kind of like a muted tone to the game, which I guess fits with the way that it's supposed to be. Like the actual tone of the game, not just the colors. The combat is okay. It's not spectacular. I kind of thought it was better, to be honest. I don't know why. Maybe it was my childhood thinking that Gears of War had better combat than it does, but the only thing that's good that I can say about it is like the guns feel pretty meaty. The thing is that a lot of the enemies are bullet sponges, and it's really hard to aim with a controller. There's no aim assist at all, so you just kind of flail around until you find the enemy. Close quarters combat's pretty much impossible. because the cursor moves across the screen so slowly. I like the game overall. Like it's a positive experience, but it's not as good as I thought it was back when I was a kid, having not played any first-person shooters, or in this case a third-person shooter, before. Interestingly enough, it actually reminded my brother and I a lot of Lost Planet 2. That's a game that we've sunk hours and hours into as kids, mostly because it's rated T, and we were only allowed to get T games when we turned 13, I think, and M games when we turned 17. So in that 4-year period between 13 and 17, we bought a ton of T games specifically because that's all we were allowed to play, and Lost Planet 2 was in there. And I think it's a pretty fair comparison to make between Lost Planet 2 and Gears of War 2. Lost Planet 2 has a lot of stuff that I like more than what I've played so far of Gears of War 2. That being said, my bias is towards Lost Planet 2 because I've spent like hundreds of hours in that game, whether it be just playing together or like I've beaten the campaign maybe 4 or 5 times. I've done a lot of multiplayer as well. Like, because it was a campaign co-op game, we just played it over and over again. Just over and over again, because that's exactly what we wanted. I've got a predisposition, I guess, towards campaign co-op games, which is why Gears of War is even something that I considered getting, just so we could play it together while he's here from university. But I like Lost Planet 2 better. I like the gunplay in Lost Planet 2 better. It is a little bit lighter than Gears of War, that's for sure. But Lost Planet 2 also has big guns, which are particularly interesting. You can pick large weapons up off the ground and use those instead of your regular guns. They're like big two-handed weapons. You can do that in Gears of War as well, but they're a lot more common in Lost Planet 2. And in Gears of War, one thing I noticed is that you're slaying like relatively large creatures. But in Lost Planet, the creatures are huge. They're massive. And one level in particular that I remember, it's kind of like a train station type thing. Basically, you pull in there, and there's a bunch of like giant, I think there are 2 of them in fact, giant rolling squid monster things. Like, that's pretty much what everything is. And you have to fend them off while running through a destructible environment, such as the town that you're in. And then by the end of the fight, the whole town is torn up and there's nowhere to hide anymore and all the ammo is gone. Like, that kind of thing, it was just amazing as a kid. That was the first time I ever got to experience stuff like that. And had I played Gears of War instead, had I been allowed to get those M games, M-rated games, then I'm not sure, I don't know. I think I still would have liked Lost Planet better. But anyway, you can actually get Lost Planet on, you can get it on PC. I think you can get it on Steam. Which I should probably do and just replay it because I enjoyed it so much back then, but yeah. So one thing I wanted to mention today while we're doing this, while we're redoing this race, that is okay, whoa. Codemasters has a bundle up on the Humble Bundle. They do this pretty often, which means that I have almost every game that is in the bundle, so it's not one for me. But if you're looking to pick up a ton of Codemasters racing games, all in one, with like a low cost, I'm talking the F1 series from a couple years back. I think there are 4 of them in the newest bundle. Grid 2, Micro Machines, what else? Okay, I'm gonna have to redo that one too. I cannot take that corner correctly. Yeah, just a bunch of Codemasters racing games. And it's all inexpensive, and yeah. You also get discount codes for newer games like Dirt 4 and such, so if that's something you're interested in, then absolutely pick it up. And you'll have a ton of fun with these games, I guarantee it. Alright, so there's going to be a slight change of plans now. We came first in the race, as we should have at the very beginning, because that was my own fault. We've hit level 30, so we can't go up any higher, I guess. Let's just...
Every race, every season, every training run has been building up to this. The DC Shoes Super Series. We've come a long way.
This is, I guess this is the final one, which is pretty crazy, but we still have... so we're currently doing the Monster Energy Showdown. We're still going to do the Fidanza Global Legends, and then we'll do DC Super Series. So yeah, we're working on this. We'll do this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll go on to all these mini ones, these mini series. We'll do all these, and then we'll do this free roam stuff in here. But anyway, for right now, like, we only did one race. We only did where is it? This one. That's all we did, the final. So let's do this Jim Hanka. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's only going to be, what's that, minute 30 times 4? We're going to be fine. Yeah, it's only 6 minutes. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a longer episode just because of my mistake. But a 22-minute episode approximately is not a bad thing. Okay, so let's do this. I think that we can do well here. I'm not sure. I'm going to focus, and I'm not going to say too much. I'll just comment on what's going on, but let's do it. Alright, we need to... Wow, this is a lot of stuff going on here. Let's go ahead and round this. We may as well get these points while we still can. The top score right now is ridiculous, and I don't think I'm going to be able to top it. $20,000, that's pretty good. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, let's continue to smash these. I really want to smash all of them. Let's go around this loop. We're almost at ×3, or at least we were. We can get another 20,000 out of that. Alright, we're doing good now. Let's jump the ramp again. And we'll go over and we'll clear out this section. We've got to do this. And we've got to do these. Into a smash, into one of these. Okay, we got first. Excellent. I think the total was, yeah, 372, so we were okay there. We did fine. I really want to get first in all of these things, just so I can be done with them. Like I said, we're pretty close to completing this game 100% when it comes to races. There are maybe like 10 or 12 so far that we've missed. That we haven't got first place in. So as we continue with this, the more first places that we get, the less we have to do at the end. So I'll probably do just like a quick, hey, let's get first in everything video, and it'll be over then. But that'll be once the whole series is done, or at least once I decide that it's complete. That was pretty okay there. Let's run through all this stuff. Ooh, this is actually, that was a decent drift. Okay, let's donut around this. I think we have to do 4 of these challenges, so we're a decent way away from getting it right here. Oh, that was pretty crap. Okay, let's get these things done. We really need the ×2 right now. I will say that. Okay, there we go. Okay, ×2 again. Okay, we got something for the spin. That's okay. We'll run through those. We'll run through these and this. And let's donut around this. See, what we don't want is for it to become stale. We really need every trick to be decent here. Okay, let's try the donut. Another 20k on the board. We'll go for a drift. And then we'll smash one of those. Smash through. Oh no. 4th. Dang it. Well, we are still doing okay. We're gonna drop down to 2nd place overall. We can still do better than that, of course. But I think we still have 2 more of these to go, so let's continue. Hope for the best. I really I missed the mark on that one because we didn't get ×2 right away. So let's try this layout and see if we can't just get another 1st place to put us back up on top. Because Ken Block is 1st in everything, so we have to keep up with his points somehow. And I don't know how we're going to do that. Okay, drift, and then spin. And I'm calling them the wrong things. Up off there, around there. Okay, his score is a lot less in this, so I think we're doing a little bit better than we might be thinking right now. Although, I know if you're watching this, then you're like, what the heck is he doing? See, that was flawless. Let's go and do some more air. It's gonna be like, still, donut. We're halfway there. We need to get air again. Those little token things are always worth smashing. Let's go for a spin. Currently at ×3, and now down back to ×2 pretty much instantly. Ooh, don't want to crash. If we crash, we lose it all. Smash again. How much? 3rd. Okay, that was a little bit better. We almost got it there. Got beaten by Tanner Faust, host of Top Gear USA. That's disappointing. Okay, we've got 1 more left, and hopefully we can get 1st. I'm okay with anything though. Like, eventually we'll have to redo all these, and I might jump off a cliff during that because I'm so bad at them. Or I'll just get really good at them and just be able to sail through. We will see. Alright, so this one is more of a course. And that is okay with me. Ooh, okay, let's drift into a donut. We almost got the full tilt on the donut there. Ooh, let's do it. Let's do the air. Jump into a spin. And back around for the donut. Or the drift, or the air. Something. We need something. These things are worth a lot, it would seem. Okay, we're going in for the donut again. We're going to smash this, and smash this, and this. Get a bit of a drift. Go again for the donut. Cap it out at 20,000, then we're gonna jump. 20,000 air. We only have 6 seconds. Oh no, oh no, oh no! No! Oh my goodness, we are so close to first place there. That was so bad. If we had first place there, we might have won. I skipped the standings, but wow, today has been a day of disappointments, am I right? Second place is pretty good though. And we could have used flashbacks, that's true. Well, it's not awful, it's just another one that we need to work on next time. Anyway, hopefully you're enjoying this series, and tomorrow is going... Unless Smite does something insane, it's going to be BMG Drive tomorrow, so see you then.